Battle control initialized.
What's up, guys? It's Black and back with some more Combined Arms content. We have some more knockout matches to get through. And in the bottom, we're going to have Nico playing as France in his traditional yellow color. He is going to be up against somebody that he should be pretty familiar with. I think these guys have played a lot of games together. It is going to be Upps playing as Eagle in his traditional like magenta color. I kind of laughed at the beginning because I know that Combined Arms in review is coming out as these videos are being recorded. Red Alert in review is coming out as this video is recording, and I'm kind of juggling between when these matches are actually going to get shown and when they're not. And I kind of have no idea just because there is so much stuff to get through. We are on Circulate from I Like Men. I don't think this map saw a whole lot of play in this tournament, to be honest. Which is kind of weird because I don't exactly hate it in Combined Arms. It's still not my favorite map, but I think it just plays a little bit better with the 1MCV. It's a very big map, so, you know, harass is really important. Unfortunately, neither of these guys have good harass units, but it looks like Nico gets a little bit better position on that first engagement there. He's going to be able to push through, but man, those rifles are getting pretty low. The medics would have been so huge if they were earlier there. But it looks like Nico is going to secure that. Does have an engineer coming. And, oh, I see some grenadiers out for Upps. Okay, alright. No support here, but maybe if those grenadiers get caught by this one rifle, totally possible. Yeah, this map, two tip trees over here, two tribs over here, and the one in the middle. I feel like it can be a trap if you go this way first. I feel like you want to, just because you can maybe deploy an MCV there. Maybe that would be alright. Same time, this is such an easily defendable position that it makes a lot more sense to go over here. 3 old Erics in the middle. It is definitely a gamble. Oh, it looks like those grenadiers are going to get caught. Gonna get one grenadier, one off, gets half health there, but you know, medics for both these factions, so no damage done there, basically. But yeah, the old Erics in the middle too can be very hard to figure out where your opponent's going. Like obviously you want to go contest this middle, and you can kind of get like a situation where you're at here where one inside just kind of takes a little bit of advantage, or it can quickly snowball out of control. You lose a bunch of army, your opponent gets into that old Eric, you can't get this old Eric because they deny you, and then suddenly you're down 3 old Erics with no army, and it just gets progressively worse from there. Looks like both these players went double ref, which makes sense. I mean, War Factor first, probably pretty good on this, but again, you're going to sacrifice a lot of old Erics if you do that. Maybe going straight to the side would be alright. We'll have to see where these guys are going to diverge their build orders from. I'm expecting probably another ref to come out after this. Nope, I see radar coming out for Nico, and Upps is moving out, so we do have a divergence there. I guess it's just going to be like a kind of weird double ref here. It means he is going to be very slow on producing a bunch of harvesters for Upps, but that's going to be alright. Gets a Humvee out there, and then Nico is going to go straight to tier 2. I mean, that makes sense. As allies, you do want those prison tanks, you do want those tier 2 units. I don't honestly know how these two factions match up against each other. I did not see a whole lot of allies versus GDI. I feel like actually didn't see a whole lot of allies in general. Not that they're a bad faction, but they are a hard faction in my opinion. Relies on a lot of support. Oh, I like that the Humvee killing the medic there first, just so the guys can't survive. And then he gets out of there. Could maybe dive in for another medic if he's really feeling bold, but yeah, there is some stuff there. Maybe rockets would be a good choice. Looks like there's 2 perfectly stacked on top of each other. I don't know if is that 2 or is it just like 1? Maybe I'm just going blind, saying double, you know, stigmatism, all that stuff is what it is. Up's already here, established, and again, you can kind of see, I think he's a little bit too far. He needs to be like right here. That will allow him to get there without having to move that MCV again. Maybe that's the way you get like ahead going this way on this map. Nico on the other hand, he's going to go into this corner. He is harassing with that Humvee, but it's probably not going to do much. In fact, actually might just go down with the Ranger. See, at the same time, Up's just going to clean up that old Eric in the middle, which is nice, but it was providing some free stuff. Yes, that Humvee is going to go down to that single Ranger, so yeah, not really doing much. Again, MCVs and Combined Arms being heavy armor, not really being effective there to harass it. Wasn't even able to stop the deploy since he was going farther away. What does Upps have on the back of this? He's up to 4 harvesters. Nico is up to 4 harvesters, but he has that tier 2 advantage, and they're both expanding at the same time. I guess Upps has 5 harvesters now with the expansion, so he's a little bit ahead, and that's about it. Nico is stalling a little bit, but he's got a lot of ore here, or tip rather. He needs to just micro those harvesters down under this patch, and I think he'll be okay. Some rifle scouts getting picked off here. Enemy gonna go down. That is unfortunate, but there is another Humvee out, so that Ranger not gonna be long for this world, even with rifle support. It's not gonna get away. I don't think Humvees are slower than Rangers too. I think they're about the same speed, so nothing there. army value is looking pretty similar, destroyed loss looking pretty similar, so we got a very even game despite your very different factions, which is always a great thing to see. What we got over here? Nothing. This oil derrick has not been claimed, and neither has this oil derrick. I mean, that's, you know, you can get an engineer in there. It basically costs 100 to do that, so you're basically guaranteed free money. You got a medium tank coming out of here, but there's a battle tank. And both these army sides are a little similar. Looks like Nico has about 1k more, so I think Upps making the right call, pulling back into a much bigger army. Yeah, it looks like Upps is sticking on tier 1 for now. He's got a double racks out. I guess maybe he did go up to tier 2 first. He's got an upgrade coming out. Let's take a look and see what that is. It's just gonna be Vulcans. Makes sense. I mean, it's kind of a classic of GDI. Nico with Hazmat, and he does have advanced optics, but I don't know if he still has a ranger. I guess I could check. I do not see a ranger, but I do see some hover MLRS out, some Merles, if you will. Those can be pretty annoying to deal with in team games. I'm not sure how effective they're going to be in 1v1s. I mean, you're probably going to want them to because Prism tanks are really good. So maybe Vulcan HMLRS could work against allied plays. We'll have to see. I've had a one rifle scout getting killed by this. Maybe? Nope. Lost vision of it again. Sees vision of it. Finally goes down. So it was kind of funny there. But yeah, both these players deathballing, which is kind of surprising. I mean, got a Grand Canyon come out here. This map I feel like is pretty good for splits. It is very big. This advanced optics is being used. I mean, that you can see how much effective it is. That's actually a huge window to see. So maybe splitting a little bit hard against allies with that out there, but I don't think Upps would know about that. Maybe he can hear the sound. I cannot remember. He's going to get an engineer in here, so that's nice. It's free 300. Probably going to be another 100 in like 5 seconds-ish. Oh, and there is a pause. I do remember that there is a pause for this game. He has to switch monitors. I'm just going to jump to 200 just for a second here. I'm not sure how long this takes, but I think it takes a little bit. But yeah, big map. I think splitting is pretty good. I mean, it's kind of hard to do that with GDI, but I mean, Orcas could be pretty good here. Just to snipe out these prism cannons, get some Vulcans in there, force him to build some IFVs, you know, slow down those prism cannons, slow down those medium tanks, and then that could give GDI advantage there. Warthog's also pretty good. You can cut down on those infantry. I mean, I don't feel like IFVs are super good for allied AA. I mean, they're not bad, especially when you put a rocket soldier in them, but they're not like as intuitive as Vulcans or Gunwalkers or BTRs for the other factions are. So you can see that Nico is up to tier 3 too. Upps is not quite. I guess I take a look. Ooh, Tanya's about to come out. We have tier 3 for Upps in 22 seconds. So again, if these guys keep deathballing, then this early tech will be great. At the same time, they actually have to have an engagement. We are, what, 7 minutes in with about 4k lost in total, which is not good. And we are now speaking some German, which is, you know, weird because he's playing as France, but it is what it is. Alright, and there we go again. Cool. So yeah, these players being very passive when I think you could actually be really aggressive on this map and it'd be paying off dividends, especially against a very passive playstyle like this of deathballing. Passive where you're kind of split would be a little bit less effective, but again, part of it is just because these guys don't have good harassment units, but APC drops, Vulcan drops, that type of stuff, totally possible. What would you do for allies here? I guess maybe scout tanks would be pretty good. You don't have Mirage tanks since you're not UK, but you know, scout tanks still not very bad. I mean, longbows again also could counter some Orca spam, so I think they got options here. They're just kind of playing a little bit differently than I would. That's totally alright. We got the Commando IFE here, which are pretty good. I mean, obviously, they go down to heavy armor much easier, but it does keep that Tanya alive. GDA, though, doesn't have a good Tanya sniping ability from the air, so maybe put it in the IFE, not really worth it. You know, unless he's got like a bunch of Warthogs, you probably just want to keep her out, let that IFE do something else. Yeah, this Ranger with that upgrade, just getting a lot of information there, which is really nice. Upps did secure this oil derrick as well. I saw that engineer a while ago. Yeah, these guys are being very passive again. Kind of seen this with Upps and Gavin. It was super passive, kind of decided on one long engagement. Kind of, I don't know, that type of gameplay makes me nervous just because you're basically throwing all in on one type of thing and all it takes is one little loss there. Mine drop coming in, engineer can quickly deal with that. There's something went down, I think it was a Ranger, but not much there. And you can see that Upps did have to move again. He's going for an air, what to do like. And Nico is up here on the single, so they're basically in the same spot again, but I think Upps is just in a little bit better position now. This seems to be gonna help support that, although that tech center is very exposed. Gap gen going off, denying that recon drone just a little, but hello, right into the top of your army. Ooh, and cryo troopers are researched, I can see that. Vulcan just taking care of that a little bit, and again, just super passive, these Grand Canyons. I've heard some discourse on them. I'm not a huge fan of them. There we go, that engineer revealing the mines for the guard tower to kill. Nice stop on these harvesters too, but oh, he pulls that engineer away before he goes away. Okay, I was gonna say he actually could probably lose a harvester in the middle of nowhere, but you never know. Harvesters do not heal, so it only takes those 2 mines. But I think he just cannot quite see him. Then maybe there we go. Gets vision on him. We're good. And look, we didn't miss anything here because these guys are playing super passive. This is it's almost kind of annoying. You know, we are 10 minutes in and there is 5k loss, so that, you know, that's something. But Harriers are out, that's good. Could snipe the HMOS, that would be pretty good. I mean, they're also anti-infantry, so that's a huge ball there. Probably just worth it sacrificing a 2k unit for right there. Yeah, that's 5k, just what I selected. You probably get, yeah, you probably get 3.6, I think. So that's, you know, trading up. I think the longer this game goes on like this, I think this composition loses to this, especially with these Harriers, so they can connect a little bit. But again, it's going to come down to position. You know, allies do not have a whole bunch of tanky armor. Kind of comes down to their support with the IFEs and the prism cannons, the mobile rage jammers, and these cryo launchers. That makes all the difference there. But here we go. We're going to have a real engagement. Just kidding. Upps is going to go in, see Grand Canyon, get scared. I mean, I don't blame him there. He probably has an idea that Nico's just sitting here. But again, this is where splitting off some army is huge. There is 1 Grand Canyon over here. That is not significant. In fact, you could just get by this outer edge, and there's the tech center. That's huge to kill. Same time, you know, like, none of these players are scouting that. There's kind of death ball in the middle, so... Oh, we did get a Vulcan drop here, and he is going to go for that tier 3, so he's probably going to get it just because the Grenadier... Oh, maybe not. Oh, gets the 2 rockets, but the Grenadier lives. Could maybe go down, and we got a little engagement here. Ref gonna go down, alright. Oh, this is actually... Oh, it could be so good for Upps if he knew. He could turn into that easily. Just has to rotate these our way. These hover MLRS would be so good at tracking out our lead infantry. Oh, and he's forced out the force field on that. So Vulcan not going to get that tech center. Goes down very quickly. And again, both these guys just kind of skirmishing. We've got almost 15k lost now, so it seems like we are slowly progressing into more and more loss. That tech center not getting repaired yet. It's very close. How close is it to launching its satellite? That is sport powers 15 seconds away. I mean, that could be pretty good if it gets sniped before that. Oh, he does have an Aurora, so it's possible. And he is going to go down. I think... Oh, yeah. 3 seconds left on there. Gets that tech center. That's actually really nice. Can slow down Nico that much more. So again, Auroras for Eagle, not a bad harass unit. He could definitely start sniping these refs. So that is some sort of harass that GD has late game. See, they also have Mammoth tanks coming out. I heard an A again somewhere. I'm not sure. I think it was through the middle. Battle Lab out for Nico too, so he's up to his tier 4. I don't know if he has picked a coalition. He picked Greece, which kind of makes sense in this type of game. If you're just going to death ball and you're just going to end up in like a base war, those Zeus cannons could be all the difference there with their super long range. Sweden, obviously always strong. Their cryo troopers, big for good, like just tanky units that you can add into your infantry. Korea, Upps is kind of going there, so maybe, but probably the worst stuff action there. Here we go, another little skirmish. Commando IFE picking a bunch of infantry off, but mostly getting out of there, not much. And there we go, those Auroras being pretty good. I mean, trading off 2300 unit for a ref. I mean, it's not bad at all. Not killing the harvesters though kind of sucks. So I think, you know, investing in those orcas maybe will be worth it. It's going to take more with the anti-air armor that harvesters have, but killing eco is super huge. Killing those harvesters is a little bit more important than the refineries themselves. I think that was another mine drop there, but I guess that'll be good for a while. Upps is gonna scout it with a rifle, probably worth it. We also have some peacemakers here, so that is good anti-armor. Not exactly good at harvesters, not exactly good at buildings, but get enough of them you could. I mean, they're a $2,500 unit too, so it's gonna be expensive to tech into all that. But at the rate this game's going, we may actually see it. Do we have a drop here? Nope, just some scouting stuff with the for the Aurora. I mean, you're not gonna kill the Conure there, but killing that advanced power plant, not a bad idea. Would love to have seen something in here. Commando would be really good. And Poplight's coming out, so that's Grease's sub-faction too. Oh, he does see the tech center. He's gonna kill that again. No, it just barely misses. I did not know they didn't have enough for it. That kind of sucks. Loses both of them for nothing. All those tokens go down. Maybe he has something else coming in. I mean, that tech center is going to be super low for a while. Not even being repaired. Honestly, if I'm Nico at this rate, I'm probably just building 2 tech centers, 2 of everything, because it's getting a little annoying to try to rebuild those. And these army values are just ballooning right now. 43 to 38, so super close in value. I think Upps is probably just down because he lost those 2 Auroras, but we might get a full engagement here at minute 15. We're not sure yet. It's a little bit weird. I think we're going to have another skirmish. The HO more or less not doing too much at all. Not even barely connecting to that. That is a scratch. Their AA is not it. It's more of their anti-ground that is feared. And looks like Upps is being a little bold now. Oh, and he has expanded here, but he's got a mine layer himself, so he's fine. And this left side, a little bit vulnerable, but I mean, Nico is screening with that army. Tech center's finally getting repaired. And he's just, yeah, constantly scouting the Jump Gents infantry out now. Not going to find much, but, oh, he might get the stop on the Commando IFE. Nice. And there is the upgrade for Chrono Harvesters. That'll be nice for Nico. Peacemaker going to go in, get, got 1 tank before going down. Not the worst, but now Nico's pushing. And Upps has to be careful here because his armor is retreating. There's a lot of infantry exposed there. But Nico just wants to retreat. And we're up to about 50k loss now, so that's actually significant. But army values are about the same they were when I checked them a minute ago. Jump Jets going down. HMRLS getting a hoplite there, which is nice. This prism cannon getting caught out a little bit. Yep, it's going to go down. Commando's also there, getting some free infantry. Oh, it looks like the tech center did go down to a nice little flank here, so that's what I'm talking about. Gotta mix into his flanks. And now Upps is definitely committed here. He can dive this base, or he could maybe retreat out to this left side. Looks like Nico is going to force an engagement here. And Tanya is doing God's work right now. And I think Upps is in a lot of trouble here. He's just kind of retreating into the middle of nowhere. Spam occupied. He was kind of committed here. Now he's going to re-engage, but he's going to lose all of this army. Didn't even get the War Factory for his shovel. It's looking quite dicey for him. The one thing that is nice for him is these Level Armrests are fast. It's going to be annoying to engage. Battle tank back here as well. Nothing else going on the top. So yeah, if he keeps moving this, keeps on an aggressive stance, that could be pretty good. One more less left. These battle tanks not going to be super important. Jump Jet Trooper going down as well. That medium tank gets 2 for the price of 1. And that battle tank probably going to get out of there. This battle tank on the backside going down as well. I think these Auroras have constantly killing harvesters, but with the Chrono Miner, you know, again, rests are less important. Having long distance mining with those is like way more efficient. But yeah, Nico's not harvesting here yet, but neither is Upps. He's not really harvesting from there, so his army value is about half of Nico. That is not great. And I do see that Zeus Artillery. Look how big that range is. It's like probably 15 cells, something like that, 20 cells, maybe 30. Not exactly. It's not exactly easy to estimate ranges without a terrain overlay on, but Sentry Bomber taking out defenses, which it's good at, and now Nico is going to push in here, and I don't know how Upps is actually going to hold this. His army value is close. At the same time, Nico has no armor in front that can make all the difference here, and there is a commando. Oh, Nico, you got to make a decision here. You can't just stop. Those Auroras making a little bit of difference there. Commando being forced to retreat, but I think this feature of terrain is just absolutely burning Nico up. This Commando is still alive. Finally goes down to this prison cannons. But now there's no armor here. Oh, man. Peacemaker goes down. All of Nico's army is gone. I think that was honestly a little bit of a throw. He just did not have a good engagement there. Another little APC drop here. Might get that radar. Oh, no Tanya's there. Probably should be okay. Helios bomb goes off, but all it does is cut off the counterattack. Oh, the radar does go down before Tanya can get there. A little unfortunate, but I don't think it's a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, where are we at now? 35 to 25, so destroyed loss looking really good for Nico. He's still up in army value, but he just let Upps come back into this game hard because Upps was down half his army value and basically didn't lose too much at all. He lost some defenses. The Commando eventually went down, but that was it. Yeah, I think Nico just being a little one-dimensional here. Did not have a good attack at all, and that can make all the difference. I do like that he is just kind of slowly pushing here, but you bring an MCV along and make it that much harder for him to go in. You know, force Upps to split his army. These Orca bombers, nice with the EMP a little bit. Got some interceptors coming in. I think maybe just to provide vision. Nico, get your tanks in front. I know there's Orca bombers, but you can't let your core of infantry die. You need the vision as well. Now Upps just gonna kite back. I mean, that's one advantage he does is several more or less the man with tanks. The Vulcan's really good at kiting. Allies not so much. Prism cannons maybe, but Zeus definitely can't. Infantry definitely can't. Medium tanks definitely not going to. And I think really what Nico needs here is some air just to see these stuff, because these prism cannons have a huge range. He has huge range with the Zeus artillery, but he just doesn't have the vision for it. Maybe checking back into a ranger would be worth it. Guess we'll take a look at Eco. I mean, assets looking pretty good. Eco up on harvesters, and again, that probably makes sense with all the Aurora damage cities face. But Upps has a lot of income over here. Ion Cannon that I completely missed, but I think Ion Cannon is kind of bugged in this release. They got one advanced power plant there that's kind of an anti-super weapon in my opinion, but at least it's free, so it's not terrible. It just has a long timer. It is going to be a whole other 8.5 minutes before it's ready again. Another big engagement here, but again, not enough armor for Nico. Mammoth Tank's doing enough, and then Upps just going to retreat with a bunch of HM more or less. I think some longbows would be really good at dealing with that. Or honestly, just... I mean, he's starting to get up to deathfall numbers here with these HM less. It's going to be very tough to deal with. Prism cannons with vision would be a good choice. You just kind of got to protect those. And yeah, all this hoplites is just kind of wasted. See that those HM1s don't do a whole lot to him, but just constantly keeping him prone, constantly pushing him back. And it's not like these can get in range with him. He'll just kite back as soon as he gets close, so... I don't know, I think this is starting to really turn for Nico. He doesn't have a whole lot left. His army value is still somehow ahead of Upps, but I think Upps just has a better tier army. I mean, there's just not much here. It's a bunch of artillery and infantry, which is not going to do much when Upps still has the vision from Auroras. The Mammoth Tanks are going to laugh at all this for a while. And there's just, you know, not going to be hitting mobile targets, which this is a pretty mobile army, save for the Mammoth Tanks, obviously. Tech Center and radar back up for Nico. It's probably been up for a while. I can see that that's low power, so he's not going to get that mine support for a while. Somebody grabbed that. I guess it was Nico, and it's dead again, but... Oh, no, he just straight up killed it. That's something you rarely see in Combined Arms, but that old Derek is no more. Machine Gun RIF, you don't see a whole lot of that too, which is interesting. Okay, an Aurora can take out a Commando IFE. That is good to know. That is a good use of it, I'd say. And Upps is going to push right here. I mean, that Commando leading the charge. Oh, with the lack of vision, he gets away. That can make all the difference. That commando finally in position. These hoplites gonna slow him down a lot, but man, there's a lot of HMLS still. And all of that going down. Aurora's coming in as well. Yeah, this lack of vision for Nico is really hurting. And Upps is having some actual frontliners. So again, I don't think he lost a single HMLS there. And now he's pushing through more. Army value for Nico looking pretty bleak. And his eco situation, it is all run out. We have another Vulcan drop here. Those have been pretty annoying, but they shouldn't get much of anything. And there we go. Those dudes actually being effective there. But again, how does he deal with this? With just this composition? I don't think he can. He really needs to go back into that air. And I think he's trying to build it, but honestly probably needs to stop one of these war factories, or at least 2 of them. Just don't sell them, you know, because it can be valuable. You need to go back to tanks at some point, but you're overexpending your income. It's only 7k right now, 8k. I don't know. I think Upps is just in a way better position here. Harrier going down too quickly. Yeah, maybe Harriers are not a good choice there. This is definitely something I'm unfamiliar with, so I should be careful with armchair general stuff, but I don't know, I don't see a way back for Nico. Maybe if he can push all this back, he's got a way back. Ooh, mobile sensor, alright, so I'm pretty sure we've seen pretty much all of the stuff possible. The thing we really haven't seen is a longbow and an orca and a warthog, but I think those are kind of outclassed at this rate. Commando's coming back out again. Nico is pushing in again. You can kind of see that the allies not having a good late game heavy armor is kind of frustrating for Nico here. Every time he engages, he just loses something. Ah man, those HMLS with the range upgrade too, super annoying. Search and destroy, pretty strong. But yeah, I think the only thing aircraft really can make a difference here is vision. And that's something that Upps has, is that vision for all this extra stuff. That helipad probably gonna go down before another Harrier comes out. I'm assuming it's a Harrier. Oh, it gets out, and it goes down. Unfortunate there. Not much you can do about it, but yeah, Nico is forced to keep his army away from this. He can't engage. Oh, Helios bomb. This could be pretty good. It's gonna go off beautifully. And all that is blind, so none of it can fire. That was a beautiful hit there. But he doesn't have the speed to run stuff down. He needs to focus off the HMLS, but it runs out first. Oh, Mammoth Tank, okay. Or Chronosphere, I like that. On the backside. There's another commando that's mixed. He doesn't have anything to deal with it except for that. He gets it down. This is actually turning in Nico's favor, I think. I mean, it's going to be nail-biting close. But some of the Himmler Rush are down. Mammoth Tanks are getting perked away. What else is going on here? Don't chase now. I like the mine drop in the back. That actually just barely misses. Super close. One more cell and it would have been perfect. But I think that was a good hold by Nico. Take a look at everything now. Army values are about double for Upps. I think his economy has just been a little better. I do like the sneaky base push over here. Could have been doing that later. I mean, yeah. Base pushing over here with that big arm he had in the middle just kind of forces Upps to respawn. Pinging that he is aware of the mines, maybe? I'm not sure. Nico lost this on the side. I missed that. It was probably Aurora's. Upps' eco harass has definitely been a difference maker. This MC is getting hunted down. Honestly, you could probably kill that with those. If those are full, I mean, they do good damage to heavy armor. So, you could just snipe that. But Neglect's knocked too. So, Mammoth Tank getting rallied around there. Goes down. But man, there's so many Auroras out now. Could even kill that or Purifier if he wants to. Going to kill the Grand Cannon, okay. Yeah, you can see how annoying these HMLRS are. Constantly kiting back. I don't know, these Orca bombers come in. Nothing in those Auroras, but yeah, medium tank's just not good late game armor. 2 of them left. Commando's alive, so all the infantry goes down. And Nico is in dire straits again. 3-1 in army value. And he just does not have a whole lot. Does have this friendly over here, which is nice. Still in some eco from Upps, but man, what do you do here as Nico? I'm not so sure. I think the only thing I can think of is to try to base push with an MCV. Make it like a RA allies versus allies kind of mirror, but Upps has a huge air force now, so that is going to be definitely hard. I think maybe you just call it. This game has gone on for 30 minutes. Try to catch him on the next one because it's only getting bleaker. 40k to 13.5 now. I mean, maybe some Tanya shenanigans could be good. Get her in a Chinook. Upps does have a vulnerable MCV. There's some war factories over there as well, but he's up to tier 4. It looks like he has gone for what is it? To go for money? He has not gone for money. I don't think. At least I can't see money. Looks like he's just upgrading something. But money probably not a bad idea here, although getting that advanced radar for even further search and destroy would be pretty good. And I think that's the first time Nico's GPS has gone and activated this game, which is kind of crazy in a 30-minute game. But yeah, he sees just how dire his situation is and sees Upps rotating to this left side, but honestly, Nico just doesn't have a whole lot here. On Grand Canyon, easy prey for a bunch of HR more or less. Oh, and he gets really lucky there that Upps decides to, or Upps got really lucky there, he decided to pull back. I think he actually could have got caught in a bad situation there. Another ion cannon goes off. I can't believe we've seen 2 of them. Gets the tech center and the radar, so that was a much better ion cannon than the first one. Almost gets that advanced power plant. I'll give that one a 5 out of 10. Oh, and Upps kind of getting sandwiched here a little bit, but there's a commando. Nico needs to force fire on it. I just don't think he can see it. And now he's going to get collapsed upon. And I think that was all of his army. Commando's still alive. Doesn't even have medic support. And it's just being ruthless here. And finally, we have a GG. 31 minutes. That is a brutal game to play. Very tough the way these guys played it. Just taxing on you mentally. Yeah, that was, like I said, kind of be an armchair general. I'm not sure exactly what Nico could have done. I know what I would have done with the base pushing, gone into more air, but Upps had the advantage in the air and everything, and you know, those HMLS are really hard to deal with. I think maybe this is a tough late game for allies to deal with, but that is it for game 1, and let's jump into game 2.
Battle control terminated. Battle control initialized.
Alright, we are back here for game 2. This time Upps is playing as Iraq. He rendered into Iraq. It looks like I can see that we have ARC for Nico. He also rendered into it, so GDI versus Soviets. Going to be an interesting matchup again. I haven't seen this a whole lot as well, so I'm not sure who has advantage there. I know Soviets probably in the beginning with heavy tanks. Definitely better than that. ARC, late game, I'm not so sure which is better there. So we're going to have another armchair analysis by me. I can tell you what I would do, what I think would work, but I'm not sure what these guys will do themselves. We are on Onyx, of course. Probably seen this map a lot. 2 Expo here, single mine here, pretty decent size. Old Derrick in the back, 2 Old Derricks in the middle. Really want to control this area of the game, but you also have to keep this scouted. You see that there is some dogs out for Upps too, and dogs are really good. It's going to probably get a good idea of where exactly Nico is going, and I don't think he's seen anything just yet, but there he is. Probably will wait to see, yep, that's a rifle, that's a rifle. Alright, see if I can get behind on the engineer, or maybe your engineer's already up front. Possible to know, but he does have this dog here, and I do like that it's not by the Old Derrick, so if he does send one rifle scout in, you can maybe see. Moving both these dogs pretty well too at the same time, doesn't lose this one. Might lose it to the rifle, getting follow, yep, it goes down. So maybe this dog can get a rifle back. Oh, is this it? Is this the engineer? It is the engineer. Come on, Upps. Yeah, so spent $200 on this dog, $200 on the other dog, and got a $400 engineer. I think that is worth it. Could probably sell off the kennel now and be down just $100 in material, but getting that engineer definitely worth it in my opinion. Looks like Nico is going to go back for another engineer as soon as these rifles come in. But the problem is you can't scout ahead. You have to keep these guys with your engineer, otherwise this dog will just run circles around you and kill you that way. But it looks like Nico is going to get this engineer in here. Oh, this dog getting close to going down, but not quite. Yeah, as long as he keeps moving it, he should be okay. Might get caught here. Oh, it's going to be very close. Blue dogs take Tiberium damage. Looks like they slow down, but I'm not sure what they do. I mean, it would make sense. It'd be kind of weird if they didn't. That's probably a very niche thing. Upps also going to get a great scout here. See that there is 2 refs, so doesn't see a war factory, doesn't see a barracks. Knows there's barracks, obviously, with engineer. So it's a dog actually being a good scout, not getting crushed by the harvester. Probably going to go down as soon as it sees this, though. And it does, yeah. Kind of expected Upps to be back from right here, makes sense. Kind of not where you're expecting your dog to get run into in an army, but it is what it is. I think that dog would more than paid for itself with another engineer. Engineer going to go in, eventually get that, but again. Oh, Nico just going to chip off a bunch of infantry here for basically nothing. All of those rifles but 1 going down. That is brutal. 1,600 to 500 loss. I mean, it's still early. I know how it is in RA and Combined Arms, and Combined Arms is a little bit easier to recover from that, but that's kind of scary. 1,700 to 5,000. Yeah, I agree. Who cares? That last guy was like, nah, that was not a good idea. Engineer gonna come in here. Nico is not gonna contest that. Oh, maybe. But there is a BTR here. There's an APC here as well, but there is a few rockets. This could go really bad for Nico if Upps decides to push in there. Because Nico doesn't have any rockets, so he should have no problem killing that APC. But instead, Upps just decides to sit in the middle, which is fine. Hold off on the engineer for now. Yeah, armor value is starting to catch up a little bit. But we do have double here for Upps. Yeah, this BTR is going to be super annoying. There is only 1 rocket. And I think if Upps knew that, he could definitely push in there and just take this engagement. As long as he didn't have a horrible concave, horrible angle, he'd be alright. Looks like Upps is ahead on the expansion, as I can see that he's already got a ref up here. And he is going to see that Nico is expanding there. Nico did go tier 2 again, and Upps did not, so that probably makes sense with the expansion. And what is he building out of that? Nothing, so tier 2 somewhat wasted. You know, if you're going to build tier 2, maybe get some or something out there. Oh, Nico gonna find a decent engagement here. But he has to be very careful. That APC does not have a whole lot of health. But he does get majority of Upps' rockets, so this is not terrible. And Upps. Oh, both these players gonna lose their stuff at the same time. I think Nico is gonna even things up ever so slightly here. In fact, he has now somehow jumped ahead in army value, which is super crazy. Ooh, we see some mini drone and battle tank harass. Okay. So, park this on here, that'll help heal it up after it's not in combat. Also makes it anti-infantry, so it's really annoying. Really good, like... it's not super good at harassing, but it can be effective harassing, especially when people just, like, attack, let it get lost in the sauce for a little while, let it heal up, and then send it back in again. But they are, you know, vulnerable to going down just to mass stuff, so... Plus, every time you have one of these, it makes it that much harder. The rare thing you see that chem towers and flame towers can actually kill boxes, which is quite interesting there. But unfortunately, that chem tower is still in range of a lot of stuff there. Almost kills his own old Eric. As you can see, yep, that box there, gone on this side. That's a little known OpenRA fact, is that flame weaponry can kill boxes. I'm not sure why. They're supposed to be the same as trees, but they're not quite. But fun fact of the day, I suppose. Mobile sensor array here too. I mean, not bad on this map at all. Honestly, this will help lock this middle down, which is super important. Do see that Nico has gone air. Is he going for Warthog? He's going for, yep, Warthog. Upps has also gone air. He's got a Yak, so that Warthog not going to be super effective if that Yak gets on top of it. Maybe with Sidewinders in, but yeah, I do like this play right here. It's going to let him know anytime that Upps comes through the middle, which would be great. Oh, this jump jet, oh, just missing that scout, which is unfortunate because I think Upps is going to see that mobile sensor array. Yep, he does see it. Maybe he wants to use the Yak on it. Probably a waste of a Yak on a jump jet trooper, but is what it is. Again, a little bit passive play from these guys again. But that kind of makes a little bit more sense. There was definitely a lot more early aggression, and then they're just kind of going up. Don't like that Nico's army is all the way up here though. Minor interruption. Everything's all screwed up. I don't remember anything that's gone on. But I see that there's a Yak and I see that there's a Warthog, and they're staring each other off. But unfortunately, that Warthog does not have anti-air yet, and it is Not gonna go down to 1 yak, so that's actually good to know. But there is a second yak, and it does kill it. And now Upps is free to push in through the middle. With this mobile sensor was seeing this come in and forced to go away, but Nico's army is all the way on the top here. That's super far away. It's actually not going to get a whole lot of value. I mean, there's War Factor there, but Upps kind of has his rally there, so I think Nico might just be caught out of position right here. He needs to make this happen soon because it's kind of lost in the sauce right now. I mean, Commando, not a bad timing for it, but there's a yak. Oh no. One or more us and a jump jet trooper, not enough. That Commando is gone. Jump jet trooper going down as well. And the yak could actually probably got at least one of those. But yeah, now kind of a base race scenario here. One harvester going down. That's not bad, but again, Upps does have an army there. Although if he makes the mistake of pulling everything back, oh, that's so bad. Did not need to overcommit to that. He just needs to move some of his army back. Nico is in a lot of problem right there, and Boris was coming out. Yeah, this is an overcommitment. War Factory is going to go down. Looks like that was his only War Factory. I can see that he's up to tier 3 and has an Iron Curtain out, which is nice. Commando comes back out. Yeah, he could have destroyed all of this for basically free. Stop that Commando from coming out with the killing the Drax, but he goes all the way back. I mean, not huge his problem now. His army's still a lot bigger than Nico's, but he did lose a little bit of eco here. Did lose his War Factory, which is not great. Lost a little bit of power as well, I can tell. And he is, I think, no, he's down expansion on Nico now. Nico has EMP missile. Wow. So he's quickly tough tier 3, which makes sense with the Commando coming out, but he's just really behind on armor value. This mobile radar sensor probably going to tell Nico that Upps was just now pushing here. Yeah, he has to stop this with the Commando somehow. Commando with the vision might be good. I think it gives you extra range too, or is it maybe just mechanical? Just vision range. I think it's only Search and Destroy that gives you actual range, but it's going to be really hard defense here. He needs to find a good angle, needs to get these tanks in front, maybe outflank Nico, but he needs something to deal with Boris, and he doesn't really have that. Upps has a few things. I mean, he's got some rad troopers in there that can deal with the Commando. But here you go. The Commando's in really good position. Boris is also in a really good position. The yak kills the Commando. I think Upps is going to take this game with this engagement right here. That is a lot of infantry still alive for Upps. Nico does not have a whole lot at all. He's going to lose a lot here. War Factory, barracks, radar. Orca Bomber gets V2, but that really wasn't the important thing here. Yeah, this is looking pretty bleak for Nico. He's got nothing left. It's 3k in army to 20k. And he does not have anything that can stop this. Another Commando would be great. But again, GDI not having a good dedicated anti-commando unit in the air. Orca's not doing it. Warthog not cutting it. Very hard to deal with in there. Maybe jump jets would be an option, but you got to get around all the rockets somehow. That Warthog could have gone for any other choice and it would have been better. It kind of splits the difference there. It gets the smallest group of infantry it could. Unfortunate. 2 more or less. Nice. Could deal with Boris, but not going to deal with just that much army. Upps has caught up in expansion, and I assume that he has a War Factory before he moved out. Nope, he's just on T-Rex and an airfield, which is kind of weird. Also got a Commissar there out there, which is nice. And yeah, Upps is retreating, which is kind of weird. I guess there's 2 MiGs that are doing some stuff damage. See that there is advanced communication stats, so we might see another ion cannon at this rate if this game goes like this, but I think Upps just has too much of a lead now. He can just attack anywhere. Although, since he has no tanks, attacking into these guard towers would probably be the worst possible choice. But again, I think 20k will beat 3k in guard towers. I say that, but again, a little bit of armchair general right there. Now the War Factory does come out, instantly producing tanks, so yeah, I think Upps is going to be in great position here, especially with this Commissar making these that much more effective. And it looks like he's going to poke in on the top here. I would love to see him just go all the way around and just kill this. That would be a big brain play. Although Nico does have another Warthog, so maybe he gets got it in time. I mean, if he goes in now, that'd be a great use of it. He's gonna go in here. Doesn't get the Commissar. And now he sees the big blob. Can't really blame him for that one, but is what it is. Do like that Upps is just clearing the defenses away with the mix. That's a brilliant play as well. Yeah, Nico. I mean, that's always possible with the commando. You never know. But I think Boris is still somewhere here. Yep, Boris is here. There's just 2 commissars, bunch of armor. It's a oh, never say never. But I think it might all come down to here on this one engagement. Nico's trying to find that angle. He's got a good angle now, but can he go in? Upps is hard committed. He was waiting for the Iron Curtain. Yeah, that's brutal. Not much Nico can do about that. He's got to retreat. Oh, he gets an EMP off on most of them, but misses one heavy tank. But the problem is that Iron Curtain is still effective. And now there is the atomic bomb dropped. Not going to get a whole lot. Probably going to kill half that infantry. And goodbye. Doesn't get a whole lot at all. Goodbye, battle tank. I'm not sure what you were doing. But oh, the radiation going back into it. That will do some damage. That was a nice play there by Upps, waiting for that INC. Just good use of it there. Pushed Nico back. Killed pretty much everything for free. Didn't lose a whole lot to that Warthog as well. And, losing a lot of infantry to that one pillbox. Oh my god, that guard tower. It's definitely got its money's worth. So, Nico's here a little bit. He's got a commando. It's got some health left. Needs to get those medics on it. And Upps is running scared. Oh man, those mix could actually probably kill that commando. That's how little health it has. But I see there's a tactical switch down here, just as Nico gets some armor. That is unfortunate. I said armor, I definitely meant Nico. But I think Upps is kind of just toying with Nico right now. I mean, he's got something here, but not anything that I think Upps should be afraid of. Kill the commando, and this is definitely over. And he's got the Tesla tracks there to do it. And there goes the commando. That should be, yep, instant Q. He's got one runner tank in front with a little bit of armor. Yeah, everything is going to go down there for Nico. Not much you can do about it. Boris is vetted up too. I can see that he's still pushing here, but very poorly. That Tesla track almost dying. Another one dying right there. Nico's getting a little bit eco there, so there's hope. He's down this expansion and this expansion. Upps still has Iron Curtain, and that Iron Curtain was beautiful before. It's almost ready again. We have 4K versus 20K basically. Who cares? Asking who won the first. I think, you know, just seeing the way the state of this game is and Nico not giving up makes more sense that Upps win the first, but that's just me probably having some clairvoyance there. Oh, Legato was in here the entire time. Didn't even notice. Looks like Upps is going to push down here, which is a great decision since Nico has his MC here, and this is his only line of eco. And those Tesla tracks going to be absolutely brutal on those harvesters. Boris is here somewhere in the very back, nice and safe with Commissar 2. Tries to get the I'm not sure what it is. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't tell me. Tries to get the airstrike on the ref. Got killed before it. MCV goes down. It was not running away. Yak's gonna kill some stuff there because why not? Oh, another EMP missile. Does not land. And I think this is the exact composition that Nico does not want to face. And there it is. That is finally a GG. So, yeah, Upps looking really strong in the game. Nico just not having a whole lot of room to do anything at all. And that Iron Curtain push up here, I really like that. Upps, I think, could have ended that game a little bit quicker. But it is what it is. He will advance into the next round. And Nico will drop down to the loser's bracket. We will start getting into some loser brackets games next week. But until then, I will see you all next time.